What's going on, YouTubers and wrestling fans from all around the world? I'm your host, Antoine Simeon, alongside my co-host, Eric Johnson, and this is Entertainment is Wrestling.
And before we get into anything, get into the grapples, the punches, the kicks, all that, before we do that, make sure, please make sure, it's very important to us, and it's very important to you, I hope it is, that you maybe like this video on Facebook, like it on Instagram, even like it on YouTube. Comment, subscribe. We love to hear your feedback. We love to hear anything that you like, what you hate, anything. Any feedback's good feedback.
Definitely. It's really good feedback. We want to hear everything from you guys. As you can see, we are here, and I believe this is our second episode that we've done.
Second
episode. Damn, man.
Come a long way.
Sorry it took so long for us to get this episode up to you guys. My boy Eric here actually, had to go through some surgery, and he's fully recovered. Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about that real quick?
Well, long story short, they had to cut me up. They had to put 4 screws in my foot, and then a couple days after this video is actually going to be made, I had to go back into surgery for the other foot. Just about do the same thing, so I'm going to be 8 screws deep.
Wow. It's going to be crazy, man. 2 surgeries in less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
1 foot and now the other foot. But the goal is to keep this show going on. Even when Eric's out, and hopefully we can get some good video and some Skype video from you while you're recovering. Yeah. I'll give you definitely something to do on your.
Make sure this don't stop.
Man, we can't stop it, man. We love doing this show, guys. This is awesome. As you can see, we've got our brew here. It's the first time we've been brewing it up on camera. Cheers to my boy here. Yeah. Surgery in a few days, so we might as well just do it big. You feel me? Before you go in, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a speedy recovery, though. We'll be back soon, so.
Before you even know it, you'll be watching this video and be like, dang, episode 3 out already?
Dang, how did that happen? Shoot. So, all right, man. So, in this episode, we're basically going to cover what's been going on these last few months in the WWE, but we're mainly going to focus on current events that are going on. So, let's first start off with, let's recap, man. The last pay-per-view, TLC.
Man.
Woo! I mean, what was your...
Hands down. You don't even have to ask.
What was the match? What was the match of the night?
The Tag Team Championship ladder match.
Okay.
Tag Team that stole the show, without a doubt. What really got me was the Kalisto Salito. I believe I'm saying it right.
Yeah, Salito.
Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. Salito del Sol. His Salito del Sol off the top of the ladder to break the ladder, to break the other ladder. And it was incredible because it's something that hasn't been done in such a long time. I mean, the last time I can remember was Sheamus going through the ladder on the outside of the ring where he really messed up his shoulder. Other than that, they were kind of playing it safe, but to actually give him the opportunity to actually do that, I got to give mad props.
Yeah.
First off to Kalisto and Sikara. Give it to the New Day, my boy Xavier Woods, Big E, Kofi.
Yeah.
And definitely can't forget Jimmy and Jey Uso.
Oh, man.
Boys from the Bay.
Yeah.
Boys from the Bay.
They did it big, didn't they?
They had to.
I mean, that match, it definitely did steal the show. I mean, you look at, the New Day, even though they came out on top, I mean, they had to win, I mean, it's at the end of the day, they're good in the ring and they're good, outside the ring as far as, being entertainers.
Yeah.
But that's Salito del Sol, man. What?
Crazy.
Didn't it give Kalisto the highlight of the year?
Oh my God moment
of the year.
Yeah.
100% deserved it. Those guys stole the show. That tag team ladder match was vicious, but when you think about, other matches that happened that night, the Wyatts, Team Extreme.
Man.
Woo!
That was practically a dream match because we wanted to see Tommy Dreamer, we wanted to see Rhino. We knew that they had parts in WWE, even though we knew Rhino was in NXT, we knew he was eventually going to come up. We saw the Dudleys come back, and we see Tommy Dreamer he's still like a part-timer.
Yeah.
He does his indie circuits, he's a part-timer in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that they had to collide sometime.
Yeah.
And with the Wyatts doing what they do as their giant family and nobody really to counteract them, they needed Team Extreme.
Yeah.
They put the Wyatts over the top.
Yep, definitely. I mean, looking back at it too, when I look at Tommy Dreamer, a guy who's, like you said, wrestled, all over the world in indie circuits, and I look at it and I think it's amazing that, a guy like that who was just on TNA last year, not even, you know what I mean, just makes his appearance on WWE TV, and it's like, I mean, the guy gets praise and he gets the recognition that he deserves. And I mean, like, you look at some of the WWE documentaries, you see Tommy Dreamer in those documentaries, even though he's a part of TNA, doing their thing there. And now him to be, I think, signed back with WWE and back, it's really showing that.
It's going full circle.
Yeah, full circle. And it's really showing that the old school superstars can hold their own weight, and with the value that these guys have to the organization is giving back to the organization, as in putting guys over the top, like they did with the Wyatts, like they would do in future matches with future tag teams, and the Dudleys, and they've been doing the Dudley and New Day kind of rivalry for a while, and that could be something we might see at WrestleMania for sure.
I'm hoping that they need to give the Dudleys the tag team championships, because they've held just about every single championship possible around the world, except for the tag team championship. Yeah. They just call it tag team championship. But they're the unified tag team championships.
Yeah.
They need to hold that.
Yeah.
It's something like, you just can't not be a legendary tag team, possibly the best tag team in the world, in history, and not hold the tag team championships in the WWE.
They're WWE 9-time tag team champions, but they're not. They've been WWE or WWF tag team champions or WCW tag team champions,
but they haven't been WWE tag team champions.
That is huge.
That's something, and for it to be the 10th time, to make it, to even it, that's spectacular. That's something I want to be alive to see.
You think we'll see it at WrestleMania?
Oh, you did? Oh. Ooh, WrestleMania though? That's pretty soon. But if they're gonna do that, they need to hype it up. Something real. Because
I think what's real interesting about the Dudley Boys is they're showing the world that they can wrestle. They can still hang with the little guys and the younger guys in the ring. You see it now. They do frequent tags, but it's more like Bubba comes out there, he does his powerhouse thing, but it's mainly Devon who starts it off and gets it going, takes most of the damage, and then Bubba's that guy who gets tagged in when Devon's struggling or whatever. But to see them move around in the ring at that age, it's good, especially coming from old fans like us who used to watch them in the Attitude Era days. To see them be able to move like that in the ring is just
something incredible.
It's monumental.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got.
Who else we got here, man? We've got main event.
The main event. Roman Reigns and Sheamus in a TLC match.
Man, all right. So it was a pretty typical match when you think about. I mean, them going at it, the moves they hit. Of course, it went extreme because they had table or chairs and stuff going around. But the real big part of that match was the ending. When you whoop Sheamus's ass with that chair.
That was something I wanted to see out of Roman Reigns for so long.
Yeah.
The fact it's in Samoan blood. They gotta show that they're dominant, and he's been dominant in the WWE, but that anger that he has never come out until it came out in TLC.
Oh yeah.
The way he laid into Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio and Rusev. And then turned it to Triple H.
Oh man,
he laid into Triple H.
I never seen someone hit Triple H so many times with a steel chair. I mean, the only thing I can think of was the WrestleMania years ago when Shawn Michaels was the guest referee and Undertaker unloaded and put so many bruises on Triple H's back. Like that was almost remembrance of that, seeing Roman do that to him, and to hear the fans afterward cheer, "Thank you, Roman."
Yes.
And guys, I think what's really important about that moment there is when you think of last year, the Royal Rumble, that same building where they were at, I forget what city it was, but I remember Philadelphia, right? That was the same exact arena that the fans booed Roman Reigns after he won the Royal Rumble match. So for them to cheer him on and say thank you, Roman, it was
Yes.
almost like that
The
year
moment.
of going through trials and tribulations.
Yep. And he finally got put over.
Finally paid over.
All
paid
those
off.
fans that hated on him, he got the verification that he deserved to be champion. And I feel that's what the WWE was looking for, and I believe that's why they gave him the championship the night after. Because they wanted to see how the fans reacted to him. Because you think about it, when Seth Rollins betrayed the Shield, that was his being put over.
Yeah.
And that's why they gave him the championship match. I mean, that's why they gave him the championship at WrestleMania. And him winning the Money in the Bank match, that was part of it.
That was part of it, yep. Building up to it.
That match he put on with Randy Orton at WrestleMania is, I'm thinking that it was on the fly that he cashed in that night. Because that match he put on with Randy Orton was top notch.
The WrestleMania match?
Yes.
Yes, with that RKO, like 15 feet in the air. That was a match
Beautiful.
to remember.
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness, that was great. The fans took in Roman. You know, he Superman punches Vince McMahon the next night on Raw to win the WWE title from Sheamus. I mean, my reaction to that was just like,
I had to get out of bed. Honestly, I had to jump
What'd you
up.
do, man?
I had to jump up. I was like, honestly, I thought they were gonna screw Reigns again. They were gonna put him over, and they were gonna get the League of Nations to come in, jump Roman. And then Roman was gonna take out the League of Nations. Then Sheamus was gonna bro kick him, which he did. But I didn't know he was gonna kick out.
Yeah.
When he kicked out, I lost it because I was like, they're finally gonna give him the championship. And when he Superman punched Mr. McMahon,
I knew it right then and there.
Yup.
It was his. It was his for the taking, and he took the opportunity. He prevailed, man.
He pretty much
he went over, and the eruption in the building was almost as close as the eruption in my house. I was literally like, "Oh my goodness, how Roman Reigns!" I had to Instagram it. I had to put it on Facebook. It was on blast. It was like finally, they gave it to the guy. Even because it was like, I've always been a big fan of Roman Reigns, and I think you can testify to that too. Even when the fans didn't like him, like we were on board with him. If you watch our first episode, we even say, how Roman Reigns is looked down upon, and how we supported him, and we're just glad that he's improved on his mic abilities, his ring abilities, and now he's just bringing out that pure aggression and that his true self, that Samoan heritage, that true self, the thing that The Rock had to find too, which he capitalized on, and now Roman's doing that same thing.
Wait, one more thing on that, really quick. I want to notice how his mic skills, they're good. They've gotten better, but what he's picked up on is the fact that he doesn't need to say much. His body movements and his actions in his promos is all he needs. Like when he turned his back on Stephanie.
Oh my god,
he said a million and one words and didn't say a thing.
And didn't say nothing.
Pissed her off.
All he had to do was walk away
and turn
his back on her, say
and
hi to the fans.
She wanted him out the ring. He got out the ring, but she wanted him back in. See? Don't even need to say a word.
Don't need to say a word, man. So, that pretty much covers, TLC pay-per-view, and pretty much the next few Monday Night Raws after that has been hell. It's for the McMahon family. You got Vince McMahon going to jail. Bro, how crazy was that mugshot, though? Bro,
why?
Who did he look like in that mugshot, man? That was one ugly ass mugshot.
If you Google search Charlie Sheen's mugshot, he looks dead on Charlie Sheen, bro.
Damn.
I kid you not. I had to look it up, but the moment I see him, I said he looked really familiar. Then I said, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Damn,
that's fucked up.
Yep. I don't want to be negative, but you look like Charlie Sheen, Mr. McMahon, in a mugshot.
Man, sorry, Charlie, if you're offended, but hey, it's true.
Hey,
that mugshot was.
You look like a billionaire. I would take that as a compliment.
Exactly. I mean, Vince McMahon, he's doing his thing. He gets arrested, trying to be a big shot on Raw in front of the, WWE universe.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to use his power,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden, what? Now he's guest referee for Sheamus and then Monday Night Raw, and of course, he's playing biased referee.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is, of course, Roman Reigns winning. Another
Mm-hmm.
referee comes out. We actually saw that old school referee come out who
Yeah.
had always been.
He screwed people. He screwed a lot.
I forget what this referee's this name is, but
Yep.
he's the screw job referee.
Pretty much.
And
I want to notice, 70 years old. Did you see the muscles on Mr. McMahon?
Good Lord!
And the trap.
Did you see it?
And the trap
With the walk too that he does
Yes.
down the ring. It was perfect.
Yes.
I mean, you know what, guys? Like, people can say whatever they want about Vince McMahon or whatever. Oh, yeah, he's probably on steroids or whatever. But honestly, if you really know Vince McMahon's backstory, Vince McMahon is a huge workout fanatic. He's a huge gym head. He's always worked out. And that really showed, 70 years old, that man coming out and the biceps and triceps looking like that, like Hulk Hogan or something. I mean, you got to give it to Vince McMahon at 70 years old, man. But he... Of course, plays biased referee, and Roman Reigns wins. And now we have a 1 versus all Royal Rumble match where Roman Reigns will be defending his WWE title.
Yes, that we're
in the
missing
Royal
right
Rumble
now
against 30 other men, 29 other superstars.
Yes.
What are we gonna do,
man? Honestly, he's Roman Reigns. I believe he can do it. He can do it all. Even if he can't. He's gonna win it back, whether it be WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, or any other pay-per-view they want to put in between that. He's gonna win it right back.
Yeah,
he's got it. And also to add to that, even if he doesn't, he's gonna face Triple H one way or another because, like Stephanie said, or it was either Mr. McMahon or Stephanie, one of them McMahons, one of them up there. They said when he comes back, Roman has hell to pay.
Hell to pay for sure.
And I feel like that's going to be an excellent match. Roman Reigns and Triple H, because they're good. Triple H is a good technical wrestler, and he has the strength to back it up. But Roman Reigns has that drive, that will, that power. And that's going to be something that I want to watch. That's going to be something I'm going to have to miss work to watch.
And I think it's also too sheer charisma that Roman Reigns has, and not just with, the the kids and, the used to be John Cena fans, but trying to roll over to Roman Reigns now. Like, he's even starting to, have a real impact on hardcore fans, hardcore wrestling fans, because they're seeing how much he's improved and what he's going through. And I think in that Royal Rumble match, he can defeat all those other 29 superstars and win it. I think it's just... It shows WWE's putting them through test after test after test, and he keeps passing every test. So you might as well have him go through one of the biggest tests out there, which is defending your title against the whole entire roster.
Exactly.
Which actually brings it to the point of tonight, Monday Night Raw. What is January 12th? Is it? Is it the 11th or 12th? One of those.
Today is the 11th.
Today's the 11th. Yeah.
And we're missing it to be with you guys to make this show. To entertain you
guys.
But best believe we're recording it, and we're gonna watch it when we get home, and we're definitely gonna have something to say about it in the next episode.
But you got a report from Bleacher Report, a notification saying apparently tonight what's gonna happen.
Man, I don't. it hurt me to actually read it, but I'm kind of excited because apparently there's been a new United States champion crowned, and don't know who it is. I didn't read it. But my notification came up that there was a new United States champion crowned tonight.
New United States champion crown. We have no idea who it is. But, we also do know that tonight, Roman Reigns is also in a match tonight? Is that?
Yes. Roman Reigns versus the entire Raw roster. Well, in WWE's terms, basically it's the entire WWE roster. Because, they started mixing brands now, since they don't have their individual Raw and SmackDown brands. It's just Roman Reigns versus WWE, which is 1 versus all.
1 versus all. Pretty much almost like they're trying to give us a prequel to how Royal Rumble will be, or like a quick, example of how it will be. And honestly, if I had to predict tonight's Monday Night Raw main event match, Roman Reigns will lose tonight's match to make it seem like he's going to lose it at Royal Rumble. Or vice versa. He could lose it. He could win tonight, actually, and then lose at Royal Rumble to, Triple H or whoever else plays in that pool. But I feel that tonight, he's going to go against those stars, and it's going to be that. Apparently, Brock Lesnar is also returning tonight, which is something very interesting. Brock Lesnar is also, they've been hyping it up for the last 2 weeks now. He's returning tonight. So I can see Brock Lesnar potentially winning tonight's match to kind of like hype up that he's the favorite.
You think they will put him in the match tonight?
Oh, you know what?
I mean, he doesn't fight on Raws. Remember,
he does not fight on Raw, but I can see him participating in this match.
Coming in just to take out Roman Reigns.
Just to do that.
Just to clear the ring.
All right, everyone, so it's time to take a quick 20-second intermission. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and thank you so much for watching Entertainment is Wrestling, and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, so first of all, let's talk about the superstars. I mean, we can start with the championships.
All right,
you've got Del Rio, United States champion, apparently
we
dethroned tonight on Monday Night Raw.
We
don't know who yet.
We don't know.
Man, who do you think?
Let's see. One person I know that I want to get to dethrone Alberto Del Rio is Jack Swagger.
Okay.
Because their rivalry, I like their rivalry. Personally, from an American standpoint, I'm one for USA. I love the USA.
Okay.
And the fact that the rivalry that they've been having, I love it. And they had a good match. I'll give it to them. They had a good match at TLC, the chairs match. And the fact that Alberto Del Rio dumped Zeb Coulter, I feel like the way they're going to come back, Zeb Coulter's going to come back, screw Alberto Del Rio out of the championship to where Jack Swagger becomes the United States champion.
Okay.
And it fits because he's for America. We, the people.
That's true. Ooh.
Who do you think?
Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of people I could see contending for the United States championship. Possibly someone from NXT coming up. But I honestly think they might have... It could be someone under the radar. Like, I'm just going to throw a guy out there. R-Truth. I mean, he's a guy who I could see, he's less likely to be United States champion, tonight. I could see your prediction actually falling through a lot more than mine being R-Truth, but I feel that R-Truth is he's so good in the ring, and then he's hilarious on the mic, but he's someone that I could see being United States champion, at least having a little reign, until, maybe losing it at a Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. Yeah. Maybe a short reign for him, but I feel like, he's due something, he's given so much to the business, he's lost so many matches and put so many guys over. Yeah. Might as well give it to some, a cool guy like R-Truth, he's
you better make sure your boy knows he's in the match.
Because he doesn't.
You better make sure.
He never knows when he's in the match, right?
True.
That's very true. Okay,
right.
So I say Truth. You say
Jack Swagger, the All-American.
I'm gonna have to go with you on that, even though I think Truth might take.
All right, if Truth wins, I'm gonna call you and be like, you cheated, right?
you phoned Vince McMahon and put him in the match, right?
Did a little shrug, like, come on, let the R-Truth get the championship.
That's my boy, man. Come on, bro. So we got the Intercontinental Championship with Dean Ambrose. I see him having a very long reign as champion.
Most definitely.
When you look at just WWE over the past few years, it's been Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns somehow in the main event or in the spotlight. You can't have a main event or spotlight without one of those three in there. So I feel like they awarded him U.S. champion about a year or two ago. Now they're giving him an Intercontinental Championship. He's he's proven that he could sustain by himself on his own, being the lunatic fringe. Like I said, I think he'll have a long reign as champion, but I think a person who could dethrone him, which they've kind of been playing it a part of the storyline, Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens could, this. Oh, there's something about Kevin Owens. The fans love Kevin Owens, and
he's a prize fighter.
He's a good fighter. He's athletic in the ring. He's not letting it go. He's not.
Oh no.
It seems like he's mad creatively that WWE wants to put Dean Ambrose over him, so he's trying to show the fans that he's the better wrestler. He's better on the mic than Dean Ambrose is. His character overall is a better character than a lunatic friend's Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to play that as long as he can. And they might give it to him, not now, but maybe later on in the future.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
Who do you think is contender for the Intercontinental Championship?
I'm gonna support you definitely on Kevin Owens, my boy KO, but Neville.
Oh,
Neville.
You don't think Dolph Ziggler?
Oh, Dolph Ziggler, he's already won it.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to move up. He needs to get the WWE Championship, all right? Because Dolph Ziggler, that's my boy, hands down.
Yeah.
That's always gonna be my boy. Whether he's face, heel, whether he's injured, healthy, doesn't matter. He's my boy, and I feel like he's been down there with the B+ players for long enough, and he's proven his worth. And I feel like he could be a good WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The state he's in now, not before when he won the Heavyweight Championship under false pretenses, with Vicky Guerrero and all that. I feel like now, where he is now, the way he's a fighter, and the way he has resilience more than, should I say, he's more than Roman Reigns. He has more resilience than Roman Reigns. The way he won the Survivor Series match.
Oh man, that was beautiful.
Yeah, he has nothing but resilience, and I feel like that's something a good champion needs, a good WWE World Heavyweight Champion needs. But Intercontinental Championship wise, I feel Neville needs it because Neville needs a championship, whether it be the United States or Intercontinental, doesn't matter to me. He needs a championship on his waist because he's been in there too long. He's been there longer than Kevin Owens, and they gave Kevin Owens the championship already.
It's true.
And
do you think Neville needs to work on his out of the ring abilities as far as how he is on the mic? The Miz actually has been addressing that every Monday Night Raw pretty much, and has been trying to, be the quote unquote trainer for Neville, and it's hilarious to see it. But I honestly kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see the Miz and Neville create something. I'm not sure if there'll be chemistry there, or I'm not sure if he can help him in a way. But the Miz is great on the mic. People know that. People,
most definitely.
He's great on the mic, and he owns his character. That. I'm that awesome guy. I'm the money. I'm the money maker or whatever. And it's like, whatever he can contribute to make Neville's career better, hey, I'm all for it.
Honestly, I think it goes more than what we're actually seeing that's actually televised. Honestly, I think in the back, Miz is probably helping Neville with his mic skills.
Oh yeah.
Because Neville, he really does need some help with his mic skills.
God, he does.
His in-ring ability, top tier.
Top tier.
But the only thing he needs is out of ring promos, mic ability, and just, I know he has good character development. Don't get me wrong, but there's more that can be built onto that.
Yes.
Superheroes are more than just flying around saving the day. They need a good talk game.
Yeah. That's the only way they can stay afloat in this business, really. You look at the tag team division. We got New Day on top.
New Day
rocks.
New Day.
We used to say they sucked back in the day, but they have proven to the WWE universe that they can hold up, not just in the ring, but mainly out of the ring.
Yeah.
And like they said on Monday Night Raw last week, they saved the WWE in 2015.
They kept it afloat.
Yeah.
I'd say they're one of the things that kept it afloat, but they definitely are one of the main things that kept it afloat.
And I think it was mainly, we can give props to Triple H and the creative team, basically giving the keys to New Day to do what they want creatively. And that's very vital to a lot of, these superstars' careers, is being able to be themselves and who they want. And a lot of times that resonates with the fans like it has with New Day. And
because a lot of people can connect with the booty.
Yeah.
It's the booty.
Yeah, it's true. As we like the booty. You know, that when you just say the booty, you know, man, there's that's the only thing I can think of. You know, and it's man,
The booty.
It's, you know, we don't want to get too much into it, but the way that they make the booty seem, you know, they put the booty on themselves, which I think is the funny part about it.
The fact that they say things are booty.
Yeah.
And they represent the booty.
And and really, you know, they're talking about the muscle and the mass, and that's just what we do, and you know, but
You get the tricep meat.
in the tricep meat,
Tricep
you got to
meat.
have that meat there.
That's something I even say that. I say it in the house. Everything. I'll be like tricep meat.
You got that tricep meat, boy.
Like you can't lift that. You ain't got no tricep meat.
Mhm.
See, it fits.
Yeah.
And the things they actually say and the things they do are entertaining, incredibly entertaining.
And some people can argue, you know, it's a little flamboyant and whatever, you know. But I think you know when you push things to the edge like that, you know, it really shows a lot about your character. Like, hey, you know, like, you know, yeah, I may be a straight guy, but I can go ahead and do this or do that, and you know, I can push to these extremes. You look at Tyler Breeze, you know, taking selfies and wearing pink and stuff like that, and it's like, hey, like, you know, hey, I can do whatever the hell I want. You know what I mean? Like, you know, regardless if it is, you know, the show off or I'm flamboyant or, you know, walking out to the ring, skipping or whatever. It's making kids laugh. It's making people have fun, you know.
It makes you want to dance.
Yeah, and I think it's showing, too, how open-minded the New Day is.
Yeah. The way they know how to connect with people. And the fact that they know that's what this day and age is. And whether it be comedy changes.
It does.
And they understand that, and they've learned to evolve with that comedy. And now comedy's gotten a lot dirtier than it used to be.
It's getting a little dirty.
Which is why they've implemented the booty.
It fits.
Yeah.
It does. It definitely fits, and I mean, I'm not sure what the ratings are right now, but I mean, I remember watching Table for Two, which is a show I think you guys should definitely see.
Table for Three.
Table for Three, yeah, there we go. Table for Three, Table for Two. Oh man, what was I thinking?
That was, I know Table for Two, but that wasn't WWE related.
No, definitely
We
not.
ain't gonna go there.
But Table for Three, I think the first episode was actually the New Day, you know, sitting at a table and they're just chopping it up, and they even mentioned how, you know, the creative team gave them the keys to the kingdom to basically do whatever they want creatively, and that's really important to building a superstar. And,
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely check out that Table for Three, guys. It's something you, I think wrestling fans would definitely appreciate. They have one on there with Sting, Vader, and DDP, which is really good.
That's some interesting conversation.
Yes.
That's definitely some interesting
very
conversation.
interesting. And just to hear these stories are great. But the New Day, wow, we can talk all day about the New Day, but we have to talk about who's going to contend for their titles.
I was going to go there.
Who do you think?
Lucha Dragons.
Lucha Dragons?
Lucha Dragons.
100%. I
Lucha
agree.
Dragons. Because Lucha Dragons are flying high right now. They're hot. They're fresh off an exciting and charismatic TLC match.
Wow.
And of course, the Usos are up there. Yes, they're up there, but the Lucha Dragons are 3-1 in their favor against the New Day.
That's true.
Basically, if you take those odds, they've beaten every single one, at least every single member of the New Day at least once. That's 3 wins.
That's true.
And I feel like the Lucha Dragons have the New Day's number, and I feel like they're going to beat them for the tag team championships. And I feel like their reign is going to be exciting. Though they don't have the mic skills, they don't have the ability to cut promos, but their in-ring ability makes up for that. And though they kind of, well, they do speak a little Spanish. They can speak English. They definitely can. It's not something that they can make their strong suit.
Yeah.
Vocal, they can't make their strong suit.
I think just the history of lucha wrestling in general, they've never really, you know, been too big on, you know, being in the mic. They've always just been, let's get down to the nitty gritty, let's get in the ring, let's put on a show, you know, and if there's any, you know, talking or anything going involved, it's all involved in the ring, in the show, just by their movements and the way they present themselves. And the Lucha Dragons are a good example of a tag team that will be around for a while. They will win multiple championships, and they will show people that, hey, you don't have to be good on the mic. You can just be amazing in the ring and wear this awesome mask and there it is right there. That's man, that mask right there in general, like.
I love Kalisto's mask. I love it.
Great.
I love.
He's the new Rey Mysterio.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. He's what. And honestly, though Rey Mysterio can't do what he used to do, he still can. Don't get me wrong. Rey Mysterio can still go in that ring with the best of them. Kalisto picked up where Rey Mysterio left off in the WWE specifically. And honestly, Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio picked up where they left off, where Lucha Libre left off in the WWE with Ultimo Dragon, Psychosis. Well, that's going way back to WCW, but nonetheless, they picked up where Lucha Libre left off in WCW and WWE. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and they are a force to be reckoned with. Oh my goodness. WrestleMania main event for sure.
We didn't even go to your pick.
Oh man, let's see who do I think can take the tag team titles. Oh man, you know what? I love the Ascension. The Ascension is amazing, but I feel like they've been thrown under the rug, especially since leaving NXT, being the most dominant force for over 2 years in NXT as champions, to being pushed into the spotlight in WWE and then quickly brought down to the bottom. Like, these guys are just performing on superstars.
Exactly.
They lost against I think Mark Henry and Jack Swagger the other day. They fought Goldust and R-Truth the other day and lost that match. So
those ain't even real tag teams.
Those are not even real tag teams, exactly. So they've been getting their butts kicked, and I feel bad for them. They're trying to find their footing, but I can see them in the future being a really good tag team, even though they're going after that Hawk and Animal kind of look.
Yeah.
More character development, better on the mic is what they need to do. They just need to do more promos. They need to get better in the ring, but I honestly feel that they are the powerhouse tag team. Like, that's the tag team that can't be messed with. Or another tag team, the Black Sheep, Braun Strowman,
the Black
and
Sheep.
the other sheep, Eric Rowan.
Those are Rowan and Braun Strowman. Imagine that as a tag team champion.
I'm gonna finish this real quick.
So you had to take a drink on that, huh? You had to take a drink on that. Just imagine that. You have big Braun Strowman. And the ability, the way that Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, I had to bring Luke Harper into it because he belongs in this conversation. The way they move in that ring as big guys is something that's not often seen.
Yeah.
And to have those two as tag team champions, those eerie two, and then you have Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt, which are natural tag team there. Those two are a tag team themselves. And to actually, if you're going to take them, put them all together, and then individually split them, and have Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan as the tag team champions, that's entertaining. That's entertainment.
It's very entertaining. And what I can honestly see, and one of the main reasons why I mentioned Ascension out there is being similar to Hawk and Animal or whatever, LOD. You remember hearing all those LOD chants years ago when they used to fight, and LOD was out of the picture for a while, and there would always be these really big, strong guys in the ring, and they'd be taking people out or whatever, and LOD was the team that could always take them down. I feel that Ascension could be that team. Right now they're looked at as heels, always looked at as heels. But if they can somehow be pushed as,
I feel like it can be done.
Good guys, and then okay, who's that team that could take down the Wyatts or the Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan? It would be the Ascension. Because
Connor versus Braun Strowman.
Oh my God.
Because Connor's a big dude. Connor is a big dude.
Yeah.
He's not as big as Braun Strowman, but I feel like he can give Braun Strowman a run for his money.
Yeah.
And then you got Victor with the quick. He's a little quicker.
Yeah, a little quicker.
But he has strength on his side too.
Yeah, he does.
And I feel like having them versus the Wyatts, they're gonna need two more on their side. We could probably put Stardust in there, even though they're having a little team right now. Put Stardust in there. Probably put Goldust maybe with Stardust one more time. I think
that'd be good. A Golden Stardust tag team, going for the titles. The merge with Ascension and the Cosmic Wastelands. I love it, but I do not like the playful cheery kiddishness of Stardust.
No.
Adding with the intimidation factor of the Ascension.
It's odd.
It's super weird,
weird.
super odd. I feel like they need to just be super eerie and scary like the Wyatts. When they make themselves, when you place yourselves as that type of wrestler, these type of wrestlers where, you know, almost like a horror movie or scary movie, that's when you really scare the living hell out of kids in the audience. That's when you make people at home like me go, wow, hold on, this is one eerie entrance, or you know what I mean? It's like,
and not to mention, he's Stardust. You know what you can do with control over the cosmos. He controls he can basically move at the speed of light. You can cut the ring to dark.
Yeah.
Come back and Stardust and the Ascension are right there. You can. I don't want to kind of step on Undertaker's toes, but you can cut something like that and then see like a star, like Starlight, or like hear some like kind of sprinkly sounds, and out of nowhere they're right there.
yeah.
And with Stardust's eyes and everything and the way he looks like somebody that can definitely be some trouble. Somebody that you can see come out, take out somebody, boom, it's gone. And I don't know, I feel like they have so much potential with Stardust, but they're not doing much with them. Though I love his feud with Titus O'Neil right now.
That's a good
I love
feud.
it.
That is hilarious to see on camera. Him popping up on Christmas. Hey, Stardust, what you doing, man? What's going on?
Like, you got some serious problems, man. You know what? You need to get some. Everybody's like, wait, did he just say that?
Did he really just say that on
It's
camera?
like, get some time.
Oh,
Get some
man.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, though I hate the playfulness, though you kind of hate the playfulness too of Stardust. I feel like it's still a good storyline. It's something that it could be done. It is being done, but so much more could be done with Stardust.
Yes, definitely a lot more. But, I mean, we'll see, you know, with Goldust coming back, you know, the potential tag team could form with those two, or even a feud that leads up to WrestleMania. The tag team division
It's heating up.
it's good. Oh yeah. But now we've got the Divas division, Charlotte as our Divas champion currently.
The dirtiest female player in the game. I'm guessing they're gonna try to behind the Nature Boy.
Woo!
The 16-time world champion.
Woo!
Styling and profiling.
Woo!
I ain't gonna go into detail because it could take all day. But you know.
Oh yeah, exactly. Come on, bro. You gotta hit a woo real quick for him. Woo! Oh, that was much better. There it is. Oh man. Charlotte, the dirtiest player in the game. They're basically making her a female version of Ric Flair. I feel like it's working. They're gonna push that as long as they can. But at the end of the day, Charlotte has to have her own character.
Exactly.
You agree?
I completely agree.
What kind of character?
You just can't. I feel like I don't know. I haven't seen her true potential since even in NXT she was still more of a female version of Flair. They haven't had much. They haven't played around with her yet. Don't take that wrong. All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But they haven't. They haven't given, you know,
they haven't
her different
seen
personas.
her opportunities. Like, I know she probably definitely has some opportunities. She wouldn't be in WWE if she didn't. I feel like back in NXT, she should have had more character development. Like, she should have played around with more characters, seen what she could do, and everything. And if she'd have done that, we definitely would have seen a whole nother Charlotte than what we see right now. Ric Flair probably wouldn't have even have been in the picture against Paige, against Becky Lynch, against Nikki Bella. He probably would have definitely would have came out to the ring when she won her first Divas Championship. But nobody would have ever compared her to Ric Flair if she had her own character. Because they never would have thought her as the dirtiest player. They never would have thought her as somebody that goes, woo! Or, sorry. I try to do it like Charlotte, but I can't. But nobody would ever thought her doing it like Flair or doing it with style or anything, because Charlotte would have been Charlotte, not Ric Flair's daughter.
That's very true. So she needs to find herself. She needs to find her own character at the end of the day. The way it'll probably erupt, of course, is her feuding with her dad or something, or him getting involved in her losing the title or something, to where she has to, leave her dad or distance herself from her dad so she can create her own
complete redo.
Wow.
Same thing with Bray Wyatt did with when he was Husky Harris.
Oh yeah.
Do a complete redo.
Complete redo, right?
But that goes back to giving them the key. Mm-hmm. They gave Bray Wyatt the key, the same key that they gave to the New Day. Mm-hmm. And if you have potential, I feel like giving somebody the key and hearing them out is way more than saying, hey, do this. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of these superstars, WWE would be completely different if you gave these superstars the opportunity to see what they can come up with themselves.
Yes.
I know some superstars probably don't have that kind of creativeness that most do, like the New Day or Bray Wyatt. But if you give them the opportunity, they could probably come out with way more than creative could ever think of.
Soar above the clouds, right? Mm-hmm. And the crowds, really. Mm-hmm.
Higher than Neville.
Man, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the Divas division is to be messed with, and reckoned with. Who in the Divas division do you think can go against Charlotte and take the title? I mean, you got Becky Lynch, you got Sasha Banks.
Once we talk about this, you already know it's gonna be Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks!
It's gotta be Sasha Banks.
Woo!
I love Sasha Banks.
Oh my gosh. The last episode of Entertainment is Wrestling, I remember specifically saying, I cannot wait for Sasha Banks to make her impact and come into the WWE. And in this last 6 months, she has made her way.
Where is she?
She's in WWE now.
Exactly.
She's finally here. Mm-hmm. And what do we hear almost every single night when Monday Night Raw or SmackDown? What do you hear? What's the chant that is most evident?
Say it same time. 1, 2, 3. We want Sasha. We want Sasha.
That's right. We want Sasha, don't
exactly.
we? Everyone says it. It's you mentioned earlier, who is she with? She's with Team Bad.
Team Bad with Tamina and Naomi. And that's one hell of a team to be behind, because you got Tamina, a veteran in the WWE. Mm-hmm. She's been in the Divas division a long time now. She's definitely probably like one of the teachers. Mm-hmm. Then you got Naomi, who's also been there for a while. She hasn't been there for long, but she definitely has the talent. Yeah. You're putting her with one hell of a team. Mm-hmm. And she definitely set up for success where she is right now. Though she's with Team Bad, and Team Bad is acting as a team, I feel like as a team, they will let Sasha Banks win that championship. Although I know for a fact that Naomi's not going to be happy about it. No. The same way Paige wasn't when Charlotte won the tag team champ.
You think they'll give it to Sasha first before they give it to Naomi? Because Naomi's due for a title.
She's definitely due. And they hyped her up so much but dropped the ball on her when she was supposed to win the Divas championship.
Oh,
I feel like
my God, they dropped
they haven't done much with Naomi yet. Mm-hmm. They've been in Team Bad. It's been all Sasha. They've been giving Sasha all the matches. Naomi hasn't been in much matches. Tamina and Naomi have been right on the sidelines while Sasha's in the ring doing the work. Mm-hmm. They need to give Naomi a chance.
Well, Naomi turned heel back in around the summertime, I believe. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. I watched Total Divas the other day. It was on the WWE Network live stream, and I remember seeing, she's in the locker room getting ready for a match, and the creative director comes in and says, "Hey, you're turning heel tonight." And she was like, "I don't even know how to deal with it. I don't know how." And you see her now, and she's basically just a badass. I don't give a damn. She's ratchet, whatever the hell you want to call it. But it's a perfect fit for her. How she's doing it, the way she makes it look real natural. You know what I mean? Like, man, I got some cousins, man. I can't even lie. She kind of emulating them a little bit, and I was like, man, she's making it real realistic.
I think that's honestly, I feel like she actually is a little bit ratchet in real life. Mm-hmm. That's how she knows how to do it.
She knows how to do it well.
You can't do it unless you bet it.
Unless you work,
Can't do. She's doing it right too.
She's doing it good.
Yeah,
but it's not paying off for her though. I believe it's paying off more in Sasha's favor.
Yeah,
because Sasha has always been that. That was her persona. I'm the boss. Mm-hmm. That's just what I do. Mm-hmm. And even though they they'll give Naomi a match here and there, rarely. You still, even when Naomi's wrestling, you hear Sasha's.
Pretty much.
We want Sasha. So
Yeah, right down the sidelines. And she hears it. Everybody else hears it.
They know.
Naomi hears it. I know she gets kind of a little bit irritated, but Sasha has all the fire right now. Even more. Honestly, she has more than Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely more than Charlotte, because though we have our opinion that she's more of the daughter of Flair, Sasha has more of a round character than a flat Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then I want my girl Becky Lynch to do something.
Becky Lynch is nice in the ring. She's not so nice in the ring. In-ring abilities is top tier.
Exactly.
It's needs to work on the promos a little bit. She's formerly known as the last kicker. Which is a good fit for her. Being from Ireland.
Yeah.
Just she's. I feel like when you're not from this country or whatever, your accent makes you very unique. So your promos could also be very unique,
exactly,
and very particular.
Like Sheamus and Finn Balor have done.
Yeah.
Even like Bad News Barrett have done. Even Paige, they all do it because that accent gives you a whole new perspective. It gives everybody like, hey, this is how they are way back in England or in Ireland or in Australia. That's how they are, and it gives you something that pops.
Yeah.
It helps you pop. And she can use that. And that's why, honestly, I really, really, really hope this happens. That Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha. 3 triple threat match for the Divas Championship at WrestleMania.
Ooh, with Sasha coming out on top, of course. I can see that. You can definitely see that being the match.
But, yeah, at WrestleMania, Sasha. But I feel like Becky Lynch needs a championship, too. She needs to get it because she's not getting much of heat. She's not getting much heat because they're not pushing her as much as they're pushing Sasha and Charlotte. Like, she's been the one in the back of the Divas Revolution.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so, and Bayley needs to finally, she needs to hurry up and move up.
She's going to move up.
Horsewomen need to be in the WWE.
Yeah. Oh my God, it'll really boost the Divas division. When you look at, the other divas in the division, like, we've got the Bellas. Nikki has been pretty much MIA. You've just seen, Brie Bella, and you've seen Alicia Fox. But that's pretty much it. The Divas division is very narrow at the moment, but it's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Just because you look at all the talent in NXT, like Bayley, or even girls like Carmella. Oh my goodness, it's just Nia Jax, which is brand new. She's The Rock's cousin, really big, heavy-set woman, but she is. You see her in the ring. She's got so much power. It's so great to watch. We had the very first women's Iron Woman match. With Bayley and Sasha Banks at NXT TakeOver Respect, which was amazing to watch.
Man,
those women put on a show and basically show that they can be main events at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
I pay good money to see it too. Shoot, especially Sasha Banks.
Well, yeah.
Lord is my shepherd. Oh my goodness. Okay, we can spend all night on the Divas, but we've got so many other stars.
So much more topics to talk about.
Up and coming stars.
Up and coming. I feel like,
can we?
Here we go. What you got?
I was thinking about the Social Outcast, man.
The Social Outcast.
All right, guys. A new group was formed. 4 guys.
Heath Slater, Curtis Axel. Who else we got?
We got my boy Adam Rose. And then we got Bo Dallas.
I'm so glad for Bo Dallas. I'm so glad that he's doing something. I mean, and he's been on the sidelines for so long. They haven't found a place to put him.
Yeah.
And I feel like this Social Outcast thing is gonna be great. It can be great, but until they meet the Wyatts. Remember, they are 4, and if they meet the Wyatts, it's over for them. But as long as they don't clash with the Wyatts, they're gonna have some momentum on their side.
Yeah. And
they won't be a joke. The way they actually beat Dolph Ziggler, they beat Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
that's surprising to me. They beat Dolph
Ziggler though. What?
Yeah, a top tier, basically a main eventer.
A main eventer.
And they actually gave Heath Slater the W. I feel like they're gonna do something. the Social Outcast.
Oh yeah,
and I believe it might be the Social Outcast versus the League of Nations, because they remember B+ players versus A+ players.
That makes a lot of sense. And
See?
then you put the little guys over, put the
Mhm.
Social Outcast over against League of Nations, because League of Nations are already solidified stars. All
Yeah,
these guys
yeah.
have already, they can all main event. You know?
Of course.
So it's like, look out for the little guys. Give
Yeah.
back to the business. And,
Mhm.
I would love to see Heath Slater win something. I'd love to see Bo Dallas
man.
win something. I'd love to see all these guys. They're all, Adam Rose, he's the last guy I want to see win something, honestly, because I feel
so
like
messed up.
he really needs to work on.
He needs a redo.
He really needs a complete redo.
Mhm.
They tried already with, trying to have him come out. No, it's not party time, but it's just like, at the end of the day, it's still party time, dude. And that's the reason why they gave you that gimmick back again, and you still have that same music, is because you tried,
That was it. I have to say it was good at first. That's something that's like, honestly, it's like Neville, Neville's superhero thing. It's good for a while. It gets old.
Yeah.
And after that, we want to get down to how you are as a wrestler. But a gimmick like that, a party gimmick, you can't party every single episode of Raw and SmackDown. No,
it's just not cool.
Party gets old.
Yeah, people aren't gonna,
Mhm.
they're like,
Same
oh,
way-
whatever, it's the same old
Yeah.
song again. Whoa. It's like, all right, whatever. What's new?
Yeah, same way with, honestly, Neville's superhero thing. People don't pop as much as they used to when they first saw it.
Nah,
Now it's just Neville.
it just
Okay,
gets old.
Yeah.
So we pretty much covered League of Nations and the Wyatts, and how they're dominant forces to be reckoned with.
But if you put the League, I'm sorry, I had to put on this. I want to see the League of Nations versus the Wyatts.
Yeah.
Because you have
They hyped it up a little bit
Sheamus,
already.
Bray Wyatt. Let's see, Alberto Del Rio, Luke Harper. Bad News Barrett, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman and Rusev. That's one I want to see. Braun
That's gonna be a
Strowman
power.
and Rusev.
Wow.
I know. I want to see just Braun Strowman versus people.
Yeah,
I just love to see Braun
Just
Strowman.
Braun and in general, that dude's a
and he
beast.
Dude's chest is huge.
It's just ridiculous,
It's
massive.
I guess not
That
a game.
move too, he just picks you up and
It
just
just
holds you
chokes
until
you.
you're a lifeless like little rat being ready to be swallowed. Like that's how he does it. But
Pretty much.
we've got the old timers though, man. We've got Kane, Big Show, and Mark Henry. These three superstars.
Those are they're I call them the teachers. All right, they're the teachers. They're the ones that you go to when you need help. And honestly, out of all three of those, I'd go to Mark Henry first before anybody, because though Big Show's been around the longest, Mark Henry's been putting in more work. And Mark Henry, you can go to for experience. Because, honestly, if I were to be a wrestler, I'm going to be a power wrestler than anything. And those all three are power wrestlers. Kane is more of an intelligent wrestler, though he's intelligent inside and outside the ring. Kane's more of a powerhouse, going in, chokeslamming you, beat the shit out of you, and then go.
Yeah.
Big Show's more of a, I'm a big guy, you ain't gonna beat me. But Mark Henry's more of he's both of those, and he has a good talk game.
Oh yeah.
Mark Henry will threaten you and back up his threat.
And that's what I do.
Yeah, that's what he do.
Yeah.
And Mark Henry, I feel like he's given more back to the company than any of those. That's the way they're making it.
So you need to give him something. You need to give
Mark Henry something.
I think all three of those stars, you need to give all three of them some type of title or some, some sort of I think we covered that on our last episode, how we believe that these stars needed, to win a WWE championship at least once, what I mean? Or just because they're the longest tenured stars. They've been around that long. You might as well give it to stars who have been dedicated to the business.
Yeah.
Kane can pull it off with his powerfulness. Like you said, beat the shit out of you, choke slam you, win the title, whatever. Big Show, he's got it. Mark Henry,
He's great on the mic. I mean, his in-ring abilities. I mean, he can't move as quickly like he used to, but his powerfulness is
It's gonna stop.
Is unquestionable.
Oh yeah,
Unquestionable, powerful star. Hopefully they give those guys something. But when we look,
but their first ballot Hall of Famers.
Oh yeah,
their first ballot.
Not even second or third. First ballot in line. But when we switch gears now, look at NXT. NXT has got a bunch of talent jumping up, coming into the spotlight. Let's first start with we can start with Finn Balor.
NXT champion Finn Balor.
I remember first showing you Finn Balor, man. Like, you had no idea who he was.
I had no idea who he was.
I showed you this guy's entrance, and you were like, what the hell? I was like, you have to check this entrance out.
I went home, watched the week before the first NXT TakeOver to show that it was a couple weeks. I think it was like a couple weeks before when he first debuted. And I was like, who's this? I was like watching it, and I'm like, okay, Finn Balor. Okay, he's coming in to help out with Hideo against the Ascension. And when I watched the NXT TakeOver, that entrance was so crazy. It's something that's never been done, and it's something that if you're out there, you're gonna be like,
what? Who is that coming out?
Yeah. You're like, is that actually, that can't be Finn Balor. And then he gets up and he takes the thing off. That's Finn Balor. And it's this, when he turns into the Demon Prince, it's a whole nother Finn Balor.
Yeah, it's a whole different one. And
whole
what's
new version of
crazy
intensity
about that demon is the demon has evolved itself. The demon gets presented, it looks different every time he presents it at a takeover or an event. The paint's slightly a little different. He's got an eye here, an eye there. The last NXT TakeOver facing Samoa Joe, I believe he came out with, oh my God, it was a completely different demon. He was like the demon in the alleyway. He had like like this hat on or whatever, one of those like magic kind of like magician hats, and he had the dreads coming down. It was like he had a trench coat. It was like the demon, but like the demon, like...
You see, now I gotta watch that
when I get home. God,
I gotta watch that when I get home.
Oh, so good.
Man.
He understands that he has to keep evolving his character.
You just can't have the same demon every single time he comes out. No.
Man.
The same way Goldust changes his every now and then. Changes his paint every now and again.
Oh, yeah.
Same way Stardust changes his. He understands, and he understands that the demon has to change. The demon evolves.
Wow. And the demon is a force to be reckoned with in the WWE. Soon to be, possibly in the Royal Rumble. No, I don't think the Royal Rumble, because he's the champion.
I was talking to a coworker of mine about this, and I was telling him I want Finn Balor to move up. He made a good point that NXT needs to stay relevant and it needs to stay entertaining. And you can't have Finn Balor move up, because who's going to take the rings for Finn Balor?
That's true.
You need to have somebody get at the same level as Finn Balor, which I believe either might be Samoa Joe, or they might move Samoa Joe up and keep Finn Balor down there, because Samoa Joe's been in the television business, the television wrestling business, since he's been in TNA for so long. I feel like he might move up, Finn Balor stay where he is, somebody come up, take Finn Balor's place. Finn Balor moves up. Either that, but I feel like Samoa Joe and Finn Balor have to stay where they are for now until somebody can come up and take their place.
Definitely. There's too many spots already in the WWE. Not enough open spots.
No.
Too many spots that are occupied at the moment.
And if you move them up, NXT's going to be NXT.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be, I want to go watch NXT because Finn Balor's gonna kick somebody out.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's, I don't know. I mean, they've tried their best. I mean, we talk about a guy like Baron Corbin. He's the lone wolf who has been pushed. He's been pushed since the get-go, and the fans don't accept him. I watched the series Breaking Ground, and in Breaking Ground, I'm figuring out that reason why fans aren't accepting. The reason why they aren't accepting Baron Corbin is because he used to be a football player before this.
Yeah.
He's now a wrestler. He didn't wrestle in the indies and all that. This is his first go run in the wrestling business. So it really shows that fans will reject you if this wasn't your prior passion before that. If you're just now doing wrestling, people aren't gonna like you, and that's why
every time he's had an NXT title match or whenever they're pushing him, there's always half the people who like him and half who don't.
I got such a big problem with that, though. The
I
fact
do.
that Brock Lesnar was a football player before he came into wrestling. He was a football player for the Vikings.
The Vikings, yeah.
The Vikings. And
Roman Reigns was too, also a football player as well.
And
but it's like
the thing is, Roman Reigns didn't go to the Indies either, did he?
No, he didn't.
No. And look at Roman Reigns now. I just hate the fact that they gotta hate on Baron Corbin, yet they accept Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Well, it took for I think if you look at it though, it could be the reason why it happened like that is because different eras. Brock Lesnar, when he did it, internet wasn't booming all crazy like that. So it was like, even though he was former wrestler and stuff, a former football player, it was easy to accept him more because of there's not the hype now of social media, people being able to go on, look at your backstories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Roman Reigns, for an example, there was, he just, NXT days, 2-3 years ago or whatever, 3 years ago. And for his point now, for him finally getting accepted, but it took a while though. People still knew this guy's a football guy. He doesn't really have talent like that. He's bad on the mic, so we're gonna reject him. But it's amazing that these
I have to say
these superstars could literally, be in one. Put Paul Heyman.
Put Paul Heyman with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin could just be a big guy that just takes over everybody, takes out everybody.
That's
Same
true.
way Brock Lesnar did.
People who can't talk need someone to help them.
Yeah. Or you can, just put Paul Heyman. I don't want to say just put Paul Heyman with everybody that can't talk.
Yeah.
But Paul Heyman would fit good with Baron Corbin.
He'd fit good with a lot of stars, but Baron Corbin is 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't talk, so, big guy with a small guy walking around with him and hyping him up. I think it'll work. Tyler Breeze, we, mentioned earlier, he moved up, one of the guys who moved up.
He moved up too early.
I don't think so.
Really?
You know why? Because he's been literally the longest tenured NXT guy on the roster. He's been in the NXT roster the longest.
But they haven't hyped him up too much, though.
They haven't.
done
Well,
much.
I think the thing with him is if you watch Breaking Ground, you'll find out too is like out of all the guys who were still in NXT, it's like he was the only one. And he's been waiting for a shot. He's given so much back to NXT in general and has moved other guys up past him that Vince McMahon finally was like, you know what? Let's call him up to the main roster, even though he hasn't made an impact. And of course he's not, because he wasn't making a real big impact in NXT, but the fact that he gave in so much to them is the reason why he got moved up. Now they realize now, okay, his gimmick is not working so much, so we're going to have to reinvent it. And that's why I believe that a Dolph Ziggler kind of merge might happen with a feud erupting out of that anyway, like you mentioned, them being two guys that don't come together, don't mix.
I don't want to contradict you. I really don't. But you think about it, Dolph Ziggler and Tyler Breeze are one and the same. Usually that works, but the type of person that they are doesn't work.
Which brings to my point that I believe you're right about them. They can't coexist together. We know that for sure. But the idea of them getting together
would be one hell of a tag team.
Yeah, one hell of a tag team. But I think they know damn well those two can't match.
No.
So if you put those two together, let them feud with each other in a tag team, which could potentially build up a bigger rivalry between them to really show their differences. I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me. So let's beef it out. James Storm, originally signed, had 2 fights in NXT. He's a TNA guy. Now he's back in TNA.
I'm going to let you handle this because you know more about it than I do.
Yes. James Storm, for those of you who haven't seen, James Storm made his debut on NXT. He had 2 matches, the Cowboy. 2 matches, and he won those 2 matches. But at the end of the day, he left WWE, left NXT, went back to TNA. I watched an interview today, and he basically said that he needed to get paid good money to support his family. So, but that he praised Triple H, said Triple H is a great businessman. He understands the boys in the locker room. But James Storm said that the door is still open to return back to NXT. But James Storm, man, I mean, God, he's been wrestling for years. I mean, you know him in the independent circuit.
He's a definite veteran. He's one of those that is up there with like Dudley status.
Yeah.
Because he's been just about all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been doing this work for a long time. Somebody like Kevin Owens, a lot, I don't want to say a lot older, because I don't want to disrespect him, but he has more age and experience on Kevin Owens. They've both been around the world, and to bring him into NXT and to not even have enough not enough to pay him to actually keep him there.
Yeah.
That's messed up to me.
That's not
That's
right.
real messed up.
Not
the
James
fact
Storm.
that not even like they probably treat Samoa Joe the same way. Honestly, they probably do treat Samoa Joe.
Just pay him a little less, you know.
But Samoa Joe probably has enough on the side to actually support himself and his family.
Yeah, James Storm.
But James, the fact that they didn't even have enough to keep James Storm there, but that's messed up to me.
It's not right.
You should be able to be a veteran in the wrestling business and get paid more than other people there.
And
no matter where you
to
are.
the business, to the company. You're a former WCW guy, you know.
Exactly.
Like, wow, it's great. And household name, James Storm. That's been around for years. The Cowboy. He debuted on NXT with that same persona because that's his character. That's his own gimmick that he created.
You just can't change James Storm and then have people say that's not James Storm.
Nah.
No, that's like changing Samoa Joe, and people like that's not Samoa Joe. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
No.
And now the guy's back in TNA, formed Beer Money with Bobby Roode, that old tag team, and now they're doing their thing there. But I really hope that he can make his way back to where he belongs. Because people chanted that while he was wrestling in the ring. James Storm was wrestling, and people were chanting, "You belong here." Like that's that's monumental. We got Apollo Crews, another up and coming guy.
Boy, Apollo, he can do everything. Basically,
he can do everything.
He basically can do everything.
Triple H loves the guy. If you watch Breaking Ground, they actually helped Apollo form a new finishing move, which is basically like a power bomb. He picks you up like he's gonna do a backdrop with you, but then he literally twists you up into a power bomb and throws you down. It's a great move, and Triple H helped him perfect it. And he actually did it on Tyler Breeze, the last pay-per-view, and that was actually Tyler Breeze's last giveaway. He helped propel Apollo Crews to the top, and now Tyler Breeze got moved up. Apollo, man, you got to give it to him. Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, another tag team to be reckoned with in NXT. Not one that's talked about the most that much, but they're a tag team that originally formed a few months ago and started getting small, pushes here and there. Had some injury problems, but they're definitely the favorites to win the NXT Tag Team Championships. Most likely at the next NXT Takeover. One more guy I want to talk about from NXT is a new guy who just made his debut, Elias Sampson. What do you think about this guy?
I seen his first match. I can't put too much of an opinion on him yet.
What does he look like, though?
He looks like the son of Macho Man Randy Savage. He looks like him, but has this eeriness that I can't really put a finger on.
It's in his eyes, too, right?
Yeah, he has the eyes of The Undertaker.
Yes.
To me, he has that stare that just looks like...
Walking out with the guitar, and then how he got in the ring and then got on the top rope like that and just kind of like surveyed his prey. Like
he took off everything and took off his shirt, didn't take his eyes off him, didn't take a single look away from him.
Yeah.
And it's that's just an eerie look. But he looks something. He has an entrance like another superstar that I can't put my finger on. But it's his eeriness that I like. But I want to see more of him.
Yeah.
I want to see, like, his entrance. I've seen enough. He's got it.
What do you think about his signature move, the elbow drop from the top rope, jumping up like 20 feet?
If you're gonna be eerie like that, and you're gonna be a whole new type of superstar that nobody's seen, you need more than just an elbow drop.
Elbow drop, yeah.
Yeah.
You need a powerful move.
Yeah, something that people are like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need something that turn some heads.
You need something similar to a tombstone or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's on par with that. Because
Mm-hmm.
he had that.
If you're gonna have a stare like that and just look at somebody like you know what you're gonna do to them before you actually do it, you need a move that signifies that.
His look even kind of, not just his eyes, but even his outfit was almost similar to like a different type of Undertaker. Almost like, you know what I mean? It was really weird. Like the pants and everything, the type of, just that, the build he had and everything. Just, I really was thinking Undertaker, Randy Savage. That's like a weird mix between the two.
I seen as like, you take the Undertaker, you put him in the big city and just make him a social outcast. No pun intended. No pun intended. But if you make the Undertaker a social outcast in the big city, that's what I feel like he'll be. That's what I feel like he is.
Oh,
somebody
man.
that like what's his name? Commentator in NXT. He used to be a wrestler.
Alex Riley?
No.
Oh God.
Yo, it's Culture Shock, I believe.
You know, Corey Graves.
Corey Graves. Yes. Like Corey Graves said, he was in a bar with him. He wasn't with him, but he was in the same bar as him. Didn't say a word to anybody. Just kind of stuck to himself.
Didn't talk to anybody.
No. Yeah, just doesn't talk to anybody, but sticks to himself. That's how I feel the Undertaker is. But if you took the Undertaker, put him in a bar, put him by himself, that's how I feel he is. And that's just how I see it. Let's move on to rumors. This is something I'm hearing. It's been going around the WWE all week. That the WWE potentially signed AJ Styles.
Oh my goodness.
Potentially signed AJ, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Debuted back in like 1999, I believe, 2000. He was in NXT. He was in TNA for a while.
He was the John Cena of TNA, basically.
I think you could be completely. I think you're completely right about that because I watched Ring of Honor, their final battle pay-per-view they had. I believe it was like somewhere in December, mid-December, and AJ Styles was facing Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor championship, and he lost it. Jay Lethal won, retained his title, but I've been hearing those rumors too, and now after seeing Final Battle and seeing him not getting the title, where else could he go?
To TNA. And
to TNA?
I mean, sorry.
Do you think so?
NXT.
You think he's going to go back?
I'm sorry, you just can't have those things so close to each other. TNA, NXT.
Yeah.
But WWE, that's specific because it's two W's and an E.
Yeah.
But TNA and NXT, sorry. Apologize, I'm sorry.
But you think he's going back to WWE? I mean, you think he's going to make his debut in WWE?
I really hope he does. I really hope. Along with him, I feel like they signed New Japan Wrestling. They signed a couple people from them. I don't know their names. I didn't look that far into it. But the name that really stuck with me is AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah.
But this is all rumors. WWE hasn't released anything on it, but there's been nothing but rumors.
Yeah, they keep stuff quiet.
They keep stuff real quiet.
Oh, my goodness.
But there's one thing that they didn't keep quiet.
Oh, what is it?
My boy Sting is going into the Hall of Fame this year.
Woo.
Sting.
Woo! Boy, Sting. Are you serious?
Yes.
And who possibly could induct him?
That Ric Flair is going to induct Sting into the Hall of Fame.
Man, that is some awesome news right there.
That's legendary status.
The guy hasn't even won a match in the WWE yet, and he's already getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. But you guys have to remember, WWE owns all the WCW content. And when you look at the Monday Night Wars, everything Sting put into the business, he automatically gets put into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's just no questions asked. Put him there, regardless of if he wins a match or not. But I think they need to give him a match.
Yeah.
And it could possibly be Undertaker.
But that's a big thing. I feel like to put the Undertaker over twice at WrestleMania is a big thing to do. But honestly, they gotta put somebody over Sting, and it's gotta be somebody big. Maybe Bray Wyatt, but maybe the eeriness of Bray Wyatt and the weirdness of Sting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that could clash.
I think you have to. Do you think that they have to put Sting over? Because he hasn't been put over at all yet. He's under every time.
Whoever he's facing at WrestleMania, he's getting put over.
He has to win.
Yeah. He has to win.
You think they'll give him?
You just can't be put in the Hall of Fame with no wins in the WWE.
Yeah.
It just
doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So
you don't think Undertaker and Sting? You don't think that's a match that could happen in WrestleMania with Sting going over on Undertaker?
I can't see it
because it could resemble the Monday Night Wars, as in the Monday Night Wars, WCW hands down was beating WWE.
Yeah.
So I mean that could be something that can play out. But at the end of the day, the WWE won that war. Yeah. So I could see Undertaker.
But at the pinnacle of the WWE WrestleMania, putting WCW over the top, WWE is dicks like that not to do that. The same way they screwed him against Triple H.
Yeah.
That was messed up.
That was true. Yeah,
even though it's clearly obvious that there's only 3 members of there's only 2. Well, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, and Kevin Nash who came out for the NWO. But you got Shawn Michaels, Billy Gunn, X-Pac, and Road Dogg. There's 4 against 3.
Man, yeah.
Of course, Shawn Michaels had to be the deal breaker that kind of did the Sweet Chin music on Sting. That's how they got over. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Of course, they could have added somebody else. They probably could have put in Big Show.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Show. They could have put in Big Show with the NWO.
Or Kane, who was with WWE or with DX at one point, or whatever. Oh my God, there's so much to look forward to, man. And these rumors, man. These rumors, if they're true, man.
Rumors will kill you, man.
They will kill you.
Yeah.
But I actually think that's really it, man. I mean, we've got the Royal Rumble predictions. I think we said it clearly earlier.
Roman Reigns.
Hands down.
If not Roman Reigns, who you got? You got it. Not
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. To win the championship again?
To win the championship.
You just can't have him win and then go back.
I think I can see him winning and then losing it at WrestleMania against Roman Reigns.
Twice, though?
Yeah.
Ooh, they might have that official match where there has to be a winner.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
good.
That's a good one.
I can honestly see the last 2 boiling down to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in that ring in the Royal Rumble match. Those 2, and then having one hell of a match, hellacious match in that Royal Rumble match, even though they're both winded from fighting all the other superstars, and then Roman Reigns coming out on top. I could see that happening right there.
Can I say Triple H?
Oh, I think you definitely could say Triple H. Because there's hell to pay, right?
Yeah, and he might come back in the Royal Rumble as entrant number 30 while Roman Reigns is still in there. Come in, take it, win the championship, even though he's the chief operating officer of the WWE. He's still an active wrestler. He could come back, win the championship, then drop it to Reigns at WrestleMania. He could do that. And everybody knows it's going to happen. Triple H and Reigns. It's going to happen.
One day or another. Whether at WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble, they're going to collide.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good one, man. Triple H still has a lot of charisma. People still love the guy. He can still perform in the ring at a high level. So, yeah, it's going to be good. So, we're both going Roman Reigns?
We're going
Roman Reigns, baby.
Roman Reigns.
There it is. But guys, I think that is literally it. We've covered pretty much everything here in our current events.
Pretty much.
For the WWE. We're going to get home now, man. It's time to go home and watch Monday Night Raw ourselves. Figure out who won this. One versus all match.
Versus all, dude.
Oh, it's crazy. I'd like to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode. Once again, I'm your host, Antoine Simeon. My co-host, Eric Johnson. Man, let's wish Eric right here a speedy recovery. This Thursday.
This Thursday.
You're going in for surgery.
I completely forgot about it.
On the other foot.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're going to be good, though, bro. Come on, man. Like I said, we're going to get you on Skype calls. We're going to make sure you're still tuned into the show. And just really glad to have you, man. Because honestly, man, like I said, there's no other person I'd rather host a wrestling podcast show with than my boy right here, man. It's my boy.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. So one more time to the fans. New Day rocks.
New
Day rocks. New Day rocks. Whoa. New Day rocks. And we gotta do one for Charlotte real quick. Woo! Woo! There it is. Or you can give one of those old school Ric Flair ones that. Woo! Woo! Man, thank you guys so much,
Thanks,
y'all.
you guys.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.